So this interview was released in 2018, and when it first surfaced, it caused a little bit of an uproar. And I just quickly looked into it back in 2018, and there was several headlines that suggested that he meant this as a joke. But I wanted to go back and revisit this interview, and now with the aid of technology, I was able to pull out the conversation, and using ChatGPT, I was able to translate it. And it's a little broken, but you can get the gist of it. And so we'll take a look at that, but first let's watch the clip.
Czy Ziemia rzeczywiście jest kulą zawieszoną w kosmosie?
Jest płaska. Tak jak oczekują i nie spodziewałem się co prawda tego pytania, ale zapewniam pana, że jest płaska.
Generał Mirosław Hermaszewski, jak dotąd pierwszy i ostatni Polak, który odbył lot orbitalny. Dziękuję serdecznie za rozmowę.
Dzięki. Dziękuję, kłaniam się. Jest płaska. Tak jak oczekują i nie spodziewałem się co prawda tego pytania, ale zapewniam pana, że jest płaska.
Here is another interview that was quickly dismissed as a joke also, and do your own research and decide for yourself.
И можем да ви вярваме.
Герои Советского Союза, мы можем верить вам.
Вы знаете, вот
Вижте,
сказал, что вроде чести космонавтов, что они не говорят о том космосе. А им говорить нечего. Я об этом
кара космонавтите да говорят за това, което става в космоса. Те просто не знаят нищо такова. Ние не сме били в космоса. Ако някой твърди това, това не е вярно, не е истина.
Това е поредната хипотеза, над която ще се наложи заедно с зрителите на въпросна гледна точка да размишляваме дълго.
Хорошо.
Добре.
Это хорошо, когда
това
люди
е добре,
думают.
когато хората мислят. Това ми харесва.
Игор Петрович, благодаря ви за участието във въпросна гледна точка.
Пожалуйста.
Моля.
This next clip is Neil Armstrong at the White House in 1994, speaking to a group of kids. And to me, it sounds a little cryptic, but if you want to watch the whole speech, it's 1994, Neil Armstrong at the White House speaking to a group of kids. And do your own research and decide for yourself.
Today we have with us a group of students among America's best. To you, we say, we've only completed a beginning. We leave you much that is undone. There are great ideas undiscovered, breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
Can you be more specific? Air bubbles? So yeah, like a lot of times during the footage, the NASA footage, you can see bubbles coming up out of the helmets or kind of from underneath you. How do you explain bubbles in space?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Now sometimes you get water in the helmet, and it's either from sweat or from the cooling garments. And in some of my spacewalks, I had like water in the helmet, not like I was going to drown in the helmet, but just little bits of water probably came from sweat. Often on the outside of the space station, you'll liberate little pieces of it's a really harsh environment out there, and the outside of the space station gets beat up pretty good. And sometimes, you'll see just little flecks of paint or something that you might have disrupted floating away from the suit. And, that's generally what that is. I've never seen any kind of air bubble anywhere.
Yeah. Could it be that you're filming in an underwater pool and you're not really out there? All right, well, I just encourage everyone to look up bubbles in space, hashtag bubbles in space.
As well as practicing zero-G maneuvers in their bulky spacesuits.